Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Habiba, and on today's video I'm drafting a kimono top. So watch the video to the end and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, make comments. So let's start. Now the first measurement I'll be interpreting is the length. So the length I'm using is 24. So I'll place my tape and mark the length. So I've already marked it. This is my 24 inches. Now the shoulder is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I'll mark my 7 inches. Remember I told you it's a kimono top. So it's coming together with the sleeve. So I'm adding 7 more inches to the measurement. So I'll mark it. Now from there I'll figure out my neck. The neck I'm using for this, I'm using 3 inches. Now I'm drafting both the front and the back together. So the front depth for the back is 1 inches. Now for the front is 4 inches, but it has a small opening. So my opening will be, I'll be adding 2 inches to it. So now I'll cover out the neckline. This is back neckline. And this is for the front neckline. So both the back and the front neckline, I figured it out. Now for that opening at the front, I'm using half inches. That's 0.5 away from my line. I'll mark it half inches and I'll connect it to my 2 inches that I came down with. So that's the opening of the front. Now I'll move back to my shoulder plus my sleeve measurement. I'll drop down my shoulder by 1.5 inches and I'll connect it to the neckline. So I've connected to the neckline. Now from here I'll interpret my other measurement. My shoulder to my armhole length is 7.5. But I won't be using 7.5. You know this is a free top, so I'll be adding 2 inches to it. So instead of me using 7.5, I'll be using 9.5 inches. So this is my new armhole line. Now my shoulder to waist is 16. So I'll mark my 16. I'll mark my 16 inches. Now to interpret my measurements. Now you can see that I've labeled my lines, my armhole line, my waistline, my hip line. Now I'll be interpreting my measurements. Now my bust is 35. 35, you know, is a free top. So I'll be adding ease allowance to it. So I'm adding 3 inches ease allowance to it. So I'll add it before dividing. My bust is 35. 35 plus 3, that's 38. 38 divided by 4 is going to be 9.5. So I'll measure my 9.5 from here. I'll mark it on my armhole line, 9.5. Now I'll come down to my waistline. My waist is 31. 31 plus 3 is going to be 34. 34 divided by 4 is going to be 8.5. So I'll mark my 8.5 on this line. Now coming down to my hip, My hip is 37 plus 3 inches 40. 40 divided by 4 is 10. So I'll mark it. Now I'm to connect my lines together. So I'm connecting this to this, and this to this. Now to get the my curve of the ham, I'll come out from here with 1 inches. mm, Then I will use my French curve to curve it. So now on the down part from the hem, I'll take 0.7 inches, mm, and I'll curve it slightly because the down is not straight. I'm done with the pattern. So I'm to cut it out and paste the pattern on the material. So let's cut out. So I'll be cutting the back neck. So this is the pattern of the dress. The next thing is to transfer it on the material and sew. Now I've gone ahead to trace my pattern, and this is how it's looking. Then the next thing is to cut out the facing for the neck and to start the sewing. So after cutting the pattern, I've gone ahead to trace the neck. I've cut out the facing. So this is what I will use in turning the neck, and I've estayed my facing. You can see I estayed it so that because of the nature of the fabric, you know I'm working with a silk material. So I've estayed it. So this is what I'm using to turn the neck. This is for the front, and this is also for the back. So this is how I would be sewing it from here to the back. So I'm going to my sewing machine. So I have turned the neck. This is the front. I've turned it with the facing, and this is the back. So the next thing is to hold it together and join both the front and the back together. So I've joined the shoulder and I've turned the sleeve. So the next thing is just to join it at the side. So this is the finished outcome of the dress, and this is the finished outcome of the top. You can see this is the outside. Look at the inside. Just going to tuck the neck down. So I've gone ahead to overlock everything. So this is how it's looking. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and make comments. See you next time. Bye.